Good morning, sweet world. Here I got for you another watch, or even two watches, because I have two color versions here, of the watch that probably every watch collector knows. Maybe not love, because design is obviously not for everybody, but at least they are known in the watch lovers community for sure. Today we will be talking about the Seiko Bullhead. We have a brown version and we have a blue version. Reference number is 61380040. Both of them have even a bit larger reference number, as this brown one is also AV027 and this one AV029. Both of them are really highly collectible. I highly appreciate for their things that they introduce in watchmaking, because those are first automatic chronographs equipped with the column wheel and vertical coupling. So you can say that both of them set something like a template for other watch producers for next 30 years, and they are still very appealing designing wise, because they are unique. You can say they remind you of the 70s right away, and this is always a good thing. Also, the movement used in them is extremely durable and with high performance. Really, I don't even know how long time ago they were serviced, and I really have no problem with them. You have to keep in mind that they could have slight, like here, the chronograph hand doesn't reset perfectly. You have to accept this kind of things. Sometimes they cannot even be set exactly because of some loose parts inside the movement, or hands being a little bit wear. So even the skilled watchmaker cannot fix it without installing some new parts in it. So you have to accept this small differences, like here you can see. Those watches were a part of Seiko 5 family. This Seiko 5 family was introduced in 1969, and it was 5 because of the 5 features. It's supposed to have a automatic winding movement. It's supposed to have a day and date display in one window, or at least something as you can see here on the bottom. They should have a good water resistance, durable case and bracelet, and they should have a crown position on 4. As you can see, although it was part of 5 family, the crown is positioned on 12, and this is like the most unique feature, because still you don't have very many watches produced with the crown on 12. Still, this is not only like design thing. It should prevent wear of unnecessary pushing of the chronograph buttons, so there is some kind of logic behind it, and it's always good when they have a reason for doing something in a way that they did. This watch was produced from 71 to 79. So you have to keep in mind that on the market there is maybe not fakes, sometimes they are fake also, because this could be a debatable topic, as what you consider being a fake and what you consider being a replica, what parts can be changed to still you can call the watch genuine one. For me, for sure, in those watches were changed like hands, bezel insert. This one here also don't have a genuine crown. As you can see, the crown is supposed to be a bit bigger, like here on the left. Maybe the glass was also changed, because they have two different types of glasses. But they use hardlex glass, so it is exposed to some wear. You can see there is a little bit scratch here even. This one is really in great condition. I think this one is as it should be. So let's keep focus on this one maybe, but still, as you can see, hands are changed, bezel insert is changed. For me this is okay because those parts are exposed to some wear, and over the years you have to change at least some of them. Of course it depends how often you use the watch, what kind of condition are you using it in, but this is still okay for me as a watch collector. But if you use, for example, aftermarket case, and this could be a sign for example, here on the back you have a number, and when you see a number with a letter, most often N letter here, this is an obvious sign that the case is a fake one, or if you can call it a different way, aftermarket. As long as it's not produced by Seiko, this is a fake one. It's really hard to divide fake from aftermarket because they look the same almost, like the bezel insole or hands. You cannot say with 100% precision if they were produced by Seiko as a spare parts in the 70s, for example, or if they were produced more recently. If I have to guess, they were produced recently, but I don't have 100% to back it up and be sure about it, so you can only guess. And as I said, if you're talking about the parts that need changing from time to time, it's okay with me. When you use a movement from other watch, fake case or something like that, this is not okay for me, and I don't want to have this kind of watch in my collection. Overall, another thing that you can look at is a sign of the on the dial. I'll do a bit of close-up here. Maybe hands are a bit in the way. This using on this crown is a bit uncomfortable, I would say. Not much, but a bit uncomfortable. Let me move it a bit. And now we can see the sign chronograph automatic. And this is okay. This was a version produced for the rest of the world. And there were also two versions produced for Japanese domestic market. And you can see the name speed timer here. So this is another name for this, aka the Bullhead. The speed timer, or Seiko 5, as it was part of Seiko 5 family, Seiko 5 speed timer. So with this model it's okay, but for example this blue one was only produced with an automatic chronograph sign. So if you see the blue one with a speed timer dial, this is surely at least the dial is aftermarket. I cannot say about the rest of the things, but because as I said they are almost identical, so it's really hard and you have to judge by yourself. Nowadays those watches are extremely collectible, and they were produced for 8 years in the 70s. The model came out in 73 or 74. Were produced from 71 to 79, but it came out 73 or 74. There are different sources about it, so I'm not sure 73 or 74, but the time period of producing them was quite short, so for sure many people want them later, and the many companies were making fakes, or even maybe some companies like Seiko brand in India or something like that produce some parts for some services or something like that, but they sold also those parts on the open market, and that's why we can find on the market nowadays many versions of mixed parts, when some parts are genuine and some parts are aftermarket, or even you can call them a fake one. This watch also have quite a unique brand. Oh, now you can see it. It is called a fishbone, because of this smaller part in the middle. You have nicely engraved clasp. Maybe bracelet doesn't feel so solid. Those two have a genuine bracelet, and this also, it's getting quite rare. You can see, I hope, no, maybe like this. Oh, okay, now you can see Japan Z. So this sign have to be here if you're looking for a genuine bracelet produced in Japan. And there are also many aftermarket bracelets on the market nowadays. Those watches are collectible, and the prices of them rise really high in the last years. When I started to get into watches, something interesting about them, and you can get one with fair condition like this one for around $300. Now this price is a fairy tale, I would say, and you have to pay at least $700-800 for one in fair condition, and it's really hard to get one without any aftermarket parts. I would say even that all of them that are in close to mint, close to perfect condition, have some aftermarket parts, not genuine parts. And it have to be like that, really, because they were not produced in such a large quantity to fill this demand from the market, especially nowadays. As you can see how it looks on my wrist, I have 70 and a half centimeter wrist, and the watch is 43 millimeters wide without the crown. But because of the positioning of the pushers, and as usual for Japanese watches, it wears a bit smaller than that, and I would say the sizing of the watch is perfect and will fit almost every wrist size. And that's probably it, in my opinion. This is one of the models that every watch collector, every watch enthusiast should have in their collection, at least one of them, because as it for me, I prefer the brown red one much more than blue one. I will probably sell this one in some time, and this one I prefer because of how dial looks, how this pop up and make some interesting picture, and it's really something interesting to look at, and you can feel like in 70s right away. Okay, so thank you for watching. 2 Seiko Bullheads, aka Speed Timer, aka 6138, automatic chronograph from the 70s, produced by Seiko. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.